Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a little bit as people get on there or whatever. I don't get a lot of people view or whatever, but I do get some comments. I want to comment on a couple of them, whatever. By the way, it's 10/12/2020. It's in the afternoon, and hey, we're still waiting for it to get cold. Yeah, look, 9 degrees today. Shit. So welcome to Beer with Bale. First, I'd like to respond to an individual who came back and said my videos were cute, and said that I couldn't bust a grape. That yeah, pretty much said, yeah, I ain't worth shit or whatever. Hey, guess what, dude? You're not the first one that said that. But since you made this comment, let me just ask you a question, okay? Just maybe I'm spitballing because you don't even fucking know me. But here's the deal. See this? United States Marine Corps. Okay. I also served 5 years in the United States Army. So let me ask you a question. Do you think maybe I could bust a nut? Or bust a grape? Do you think maybe I have once before put a cap to somebody's head about 500 yards away? Do you think so? So for you, thinks that it's a cute video or whatever, shut the fuck up. Don't fucking. Now, I will be honest with everybody who wants to make comments or whatever to my page or whatever, but let's don't do one thing. Do not question my integrity, do not question my morals, and do not question where I make a stand. I have a right to make a stand, and your cute little bullshit comments, keep them to yourself. I'm not here to argue, fucking fight with you. I don't argue, and I don't fucking fight unless I have to. I believe his name was Nicholas. What kind of fucking name is Nicholas? Anyway, I spent the day watching the confirmation hearings, and we heard like blah, 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 bullshit. It really doesn't make any difference because the fact is the Senate's going to confirm her. Democrats are going to run her through the ringer. They're going to bring up her family. They're going to bring up today it was her religion because she's Catholic or whatever. But we fail to understand that we have a Supreme Court for the reason because they look at the Constitution and they judge based on what the Constitution says. Somewhere along this line, our House and Senate, because they can't do their job, they keep putting shit over the Supreme Court when it should have been their call. But they own up to it. Right now, our Congress, both House and Senate, we have like about maybe a 14% approval rate. What does that tell you? We're going to election season. 14%. That means if the American people are so unhappy, then why the hell are they still in office? Because we got career politicians. They get rubbed, their feet get rubbed, their backs get rubbed, whatever, by special interests, big farm, big oil, big lumber, the elite of our society. So now that we face these issues, we need to determine in 25 days now, who the hell we're going to vote for. And we're putting all the emphasis on who we're voting for president. Well, let me tell you this right now. The president ain't doing shit. The president cannot do shit without himself. He has been at war with the Congress, and guess where it's got us? Zero. Despite what both of our candidates refuse to admit, that, you know what, our unemployment rate is going freaking up. We got more people unemployed. And I don't know where they're getting their numbers from. You can attest in your general community how, your neighbor, somebody whatever, they're getting laid off, or they're getting their hours cut back, or they're afraid of being furloughed. That's across the nation. So please tell me how our economy is doing better, because the fact is, maybe it's doing better for some, but not for the majority. Not for the people that work or living, the welders, pipe fitters, waitresses, the ones who drive the hammers, the ones that hang steel, one of these people who actually make a living with their hands. Guess what? We're getting screwed. Now they want to. Now they're trying to get our vote because the fact is they stand for us. Well, okay, let's look at our options. We've got Trump supporters out there. We've got Trump worshipers out there. I ain't saying nothing against it. I'm not. I did. I voted for Trump. Probably will again. But anyway, there needs to be some questions answered before I freaking go and cast my vote. Because I'll be honest with you right now, the way things are going right now, fuck, what good does it do to fucking vote? Because you're going into a voting season. The fact is, you can't even give me 99% approval rating that your vote is going to be counted because mail-in ballots, blah blah blah, all this kind of shit. So we really don't know. We really won't know who the president is. Biden will contest the election. They will drag it on. They are going. That's what they want to do. To create as much chaos as they can as possible, because that's the way they keep us off balance and they get their agenda done, and we can't see it happen. In Seattle today, we'll move on to things. In Seattle today, they removed Antifa, BLM, I don't know what you want to call them, somebody, whatever. Anyway, they removed the statue of Abraham Lincoln. It has been clear to me in the past, and it's been made more clear every day, that the Democrats, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, not fucking around anymore. Who the hell they are? Radical left who are on the verge of being anarchists. Because the fact is, here's the bottom line. It's because the fact is they want to remove our history. For you and I, who are older citizens, and I'm almost pushing 60 now, we have those monuments, a lot of these monuments, whatever, because the fact is, you know what? It reminds us what we don't want to go back to. It tells the story of our history and how good, how bad, how stupid we were in the past to make these decisions to make sure we don't make these mistakes again. But no, we have to erase our fucking history. We have to erase it. There are many states that I kind of agree with. America needs to press a reset button. We need to do that. The old ways of how we used to handle this, the bureaucracy, all the freaking back scratching, all that shit or whatever, they used to freaking be turned up on his ass. And the American people need to do one thing. They need to say this: you know what? I've had enough. Fuck this. I've had enough. Don't court my vote. Go in there and prove it. Prove that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. And this is how we make our decision on who we're going to elect for president. Let me ask you a question. You're so fired up. If you're a Trump supporter, you're so fired up, and we're gonna get Trump in there and whatever. Who'd you vote for mayor? Who'd you vote for city council? Who did you vote for locally who could actually make a difference in your community, to actually shine, to make other communities as good as you? Can't remember, can you? This is the fundamental problem that we have with America today. We actually we make ourselves fall into a certain kind of mold, or we're classified on who we voted for in the last election. Nobody's talked to you. Nobody's discussed issues. Nobody has done anything. But the fact of the matter is, you know what? Because you voted some way, that's who you are. You're a racist or whatever. But we said back and take it. We have actually, in the last few days, we have had a Denver, Colorado. Now we can't figure out. We're trying to figure out: is he liberal or is he Antifa? Is he patriot? Whatever. You got to figure that shit out. Now it comes down to this: one man shot another man. That's it. Don't make no difference what you voted for, or what party you belong to, whatever. You shot another man. But we keep identifying people, or we want to identify people by the way they voted in the last election. We actually want to classify people as like, you know what, instead of respecting people and saying, you know what, that's what you stand for? All right, bro. Okay. Cool. Now, we insist on arguing with people to the point where, you know what, guess what? When you lose the argument, you ain't got no facts or whatever. Here's what you get. You're racist. That's your opinion, but then you know what? Shit, I'm a Marine. That's the worst thing you can call me. God damn, you know what? you better check out on our terminology in the Marine Corps, because I guarantee you I've been called worse than a racist by drill instructor. Oh, this is no shit. Yeah. Get it from old boy up there, the road up there. But I'm a good old boy, redneck, hillbilly son of a bitch who's got to be racist, because the fact is, you know what? Hey, I have an accent and everything. I'm supposed to be racist. Fuck you. You don't even know what racism is. I have. busting. I have loaded people on helicopters. I have, no matter what color they were. I have stood up with individuals who just had about 2 magazines left, to where we both knew we were going to cover each other. It didn't matter what color they were. And nobody gave a shit who I voted for in the last election. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the fact is that everybody wants to nut up. They want to be the Billy Bad guy on social media. They want to be the fucking man individual who wants the attention, because the fact is they're Billy Badass and they can handle the situation. And then they have to point out, oh, no, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be there. Guess what? Have you been there? Nicholas, you been there? You ever been shot at? You ever been shot at, missed, shit at, and hit? The reason why I bring this up is because the fact is I hate to stand by on my military career, but the fact is that disrespect goes a long way. You can talk about my mother, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but if you want to talk about my military experience, guess what? You ain't earned the damn right. You have not earned the right to know. And if you're willing to stand up for something, then you better be ready to defend it. Because people call it the silent majority. I don't know what the hell you call it. But I'll tell you what it is that you better be weary or take heed, because what happens when the people who just want to be left alone, y'all start fucking with them. They don't be left alone for a reason. They don't care about your politics. They don't care about shit. Guess what? They gonna stand and protect their piece of dirt, their land, their family, or whatever. Where I come from the South, that's just the way I live. I don't give a shit about the stars and bars. I don't give a shit about whatever. That's all rebel propaganda. That's all fucking propaganda. People raise a flag. I have one flag outside my home right now. The only flag that I can trust is the state of Texas flag. That's what I fly. And we have actually put the American flag to the point where, you know, it's not even respected anymore. People can walk and stop on it or whatever, and people just go, oh, well, you know, that's their right, whatever. Hell no. I'll tell you this right now. It's the United States flag. When you see that flag and it starts like a little breeze blows up, and let them tell you what that is. That's the people who died for you to be able to walk your damn streets, who died to guarantee you that you had that right to do so. And you disrespect them in that way. All right, then. That's who you choose to be. I want to get it past the fact is that it's racial. It's not racial. What it is that we are in a cultural war because we hate each other. Those reasons are not warranted. Those reasons are on bullshit. We just hate each other. For whatever the reason. We hate people because they're Asian people, they're black, they're white, yellow, brown, purple, whatever. Who did I miss? And they want to play the victim and say, you know what, well, you're the one who caused this shit. No, I wasn't. I didn't do that shit. I'm an Irish American. I've been a slave a lot longer than you have been. If you want to check your heritage, you want to check your damn bloodline. It only costs like $20. I'm Irish. I came from Dublin. During the potato famine, my family moved down to England where they were persecuted. And guess what? They had to save up 60 pounds to get on a damn boat, come over here, where they also were slaves. Ours, we took it with a grain of salt. We're going to do better than that. And we didn't burn down buildings, and we didn't loot shit. We didn't take other people's shit. Well, there's the Irish mafia, but you know how that is. So what's changed? I'm asking this because, excuse me, I'm asking this because the fact is I see a group of individuals who have been put through college, who expected to graduate 4 years. Hell, it probably takes them 6 years after the party and shit they've done, whatever, 6 years or whatever. And they expect to get out of college and say, you know what, okay, where's my $100,000 salary? You got to fucking earn it. As opposed to a young man who school's not his thing. But guess what? He learned how to weld. He hired on with a good company. Yeah. And for 6 years, when you've been in college, that's somebody's been making money. And he doesn't ask for any help. He doesn't rely on his government because he knows that, you know what, you can't trust the government to actually come to your rescue when you need it. The bottom line is this. People are making this election have to be one way or the other. It doesn't matter because here is the truth. Either way this election comes out, our nation is going to be transformed into something that we cannot even recognize. It's not going to be about white and black anymore. It's going to be about citizens against their government. And as soon as the citizens of the United States of America they're determined that who the real enemy is, then we're gonna start shit. We're just gonna beat the shit out of each other. Instead of just beat the shit out of each other. Oh shit, you ain't the enemy. God damn. One of me and you get up and we go find that son of a bitch over there who's drawing like $3,000 salary a year, living in a mansion. What if we find that son of a bitch? That's what needs to happen, but we won't do it. And the reason why we won't do it is because we live in a country to where, you know what, we realize that in our life we can only go so far. We have put bars in front of us. We say we can only go so far. And this is going to be the best I can do. And then when we get to that point, then we start making deals. We start making deals, people. And you know what? We expect them to give the crumbs off their damn table. Yeah, what's the scraps? And we're willing to sell everybody out in order just as long as you get your scraps. I know this as a fact. Well, not a fact, but I know this. It's just a strong opinion. This shit is going to keep on to where the fact is that, hey, the mafia's gone. Mafia's gone. All organized crime is gone and shit like that. Whatever. But back in those days, they needed that shit because they couldn't rely on the cops. So they had to pay for self-protection. It's getting back to that. I listen to the chants of the rioters. I listen to them. No KKK, no fascist USA. But then you want to turn around and burn down a building that we got to pay for. And just so you individuals understand, I'm freaking folks. I've been fighting against freaking the KKK all my damn life. All my damn life. They know who I am. They knew I know who they are. They know who I am. And they leave me the fuck alone. Why? Because I choose to get away from their bullshit. And I'm ready to call bullshit when I see it. The fact of the matter is there's a fight coming. There's a fight coming. And we have been ignoring this fight because the fact is now we have a cultural war where everybody is LGBT, white supremacy, all these groups coming out saying, boy, I deserve rights or whatever. Okay, how about you do one thing? That just made me just asking. But you do one thing. Before you say what you are, I'm American first. Everything else don't fucking matter. I'm an American first. I have a duty sworn by the Constitution. When people ask me, I said, you know what? Why don't you go get a government job? Here's what I tell them. I said, you know what? I already got a government job. Let's make sure you're doing your damn job. And we, the people, are not doing our damn job because we're allowing this shit to go on in Washington, through the House, through the Senate, even in our Supreme Court, and we're allowing it to happen locally. We won't stand up and say so. Because we're afraid of the repercussions that come with standing for a reason, standing for a cause. We have grown this movement, or this movement is actually taking place because we have Black America who is frustrated with the American police. Dude, I've been saying that for 10 fucking years. There are people who've been through that, they're white, that go through that shit. If you don't believe me, I'll send you a damn video. Nobody listened to us then. But it's not us versus them thing. It's the fact is that the police want to control those who they deem less than. In Black America, you can't see this, but the fact is, you know what? You grow up predominantly in a Black neighborhood. You grow up there. That's your way of life. Whole 9 yards. That's commendable. But here, where I come from, is guess what? I'm the same kind of class. I'm one of those less than, or was, or still am. I don't give a shit. What they consider me to be, whatever, I don't care. But the fact of the matter is that we both have to realize, or we all have to realize, as the have-nots, this is an orchestrated plan for our government to divide us and to separate us. And as long as they can do that, they can pass laws that will appease us for a short period of time. I call for police reform. I call for it right now. Defund the police. Well, if you want to defund the police, guess what? Where are you going to put that money you're paying for police? Why don't you actually hire people why don't you hire law officers who are only there to serve people? Protect and serve the people. Not these some bitches that want to grab up. They want to grab up and go and get really badass, get full rattle, full of kids and shit like that. They have been on more than, you know. What the fuck who are you trying to fight? Are you trying to fight? I look at these individuals, our militarized police. I'm looking at these some bitches, and hell, they're more prepared for war than I was when I was in Afghanistan. I'm like, fuck, we're going to war. Shit, who are we going to war with? And nobody could be able to tell you that. Who are we going to war with? Well, I don't know. It's this group. Oh no, it's this group. Oh no, it's this group. Oh no, it's this group. Meanwhile, we're tearing our country apart. And in the long run, what needs to happen is that we need to realize that we're tearing our country, and we're going to be the ones who have to pay for it. We're going to be the ones who have to pay for it and rebuild it. And the government ain't going to be nowhere around it. The fact is, if they try to get involved, then here's what it's going to do. It's going to cost you twice as much. In Seattle today, we have businesses, or not, I'm protecting, but anyway, there are businesses that are boarded up. They refuse to open, not because of COVID, no, because the riders breaking the damn windows, breaking into their. So I guess maybe I'm trying to understand this revolution. So in other words, we have a revolution against people who are actually just trying to make a living. Does that make sense? It does if you go by a socialist agenda. Because the fact is, this is the first thing that the socialists will do to a country. They will provide them. They will take over their businesses. They will only allow you to operate as long as you say what they say, do what they say, support them no matter what. And you can be invited to the big boys' table. Today is the 12th. November of October. And November 3rd, we're going to have, I'll tell you this right now, November 3rd, we're going to have an election. On November the 4th, people are going to start packing up. They're going to travel light. The amount of frustration this country has gone through, COVID, all this, is going to come to a head on November the 4th. No matter what group you're with, what you need to do right now is something that we should have done back on time ago. Ain't nobody gonna save your ass but you. Because when you look at all your friends, who are the number of friends you can count on your right left hand, count how many friends that you can guarantee that they will be for you no matter what. No matter what. Half of y'all people. It's one thing to say, I got your back, bro. I got your back, bro. I got you. I'm gonna turn around. I mean, you need that son, but he's fucking running away. What I'm telling about that. So here's the reality of this. Ain't nobody got your back. Here's who's only got. Only person got your back is you. Because the fact of the matter is these numbers will run to protect their own goddamn ass. And guess what? They don't have the mentality to understand. Guess what? We're going through this together. Because they will sell your ass out. Mark my words. I don't promote my stream, and I don't, because I just come out here and bullshit Happy Tuesday. So with me being based on all the shit that I see or whatever, I get amped up. Shit will come out all goddamn. And the reason why I do, the fact is, I hate to see this going on happening in the country. I fought in Afghanistan. I trained up in Afghanistan for 2 damn years. Supposed to go to Iraq, see if they came over, whatever. But anyway, that's just. But I'm telling you from a veteran standpoint right now, and I speak for many of my buddies. I speak for many of people who there's not a veteran who has fought in these last few, even Vietnam veterans, even when they got back. Here's what they're asking themselves: is this what the fuck I fought for? Is this what I fought for? For people to go around showing their ass and divide our country. Guarantee you, every veteran you'll have, no, that's not what I fought for. One reason, whatever. But I will tell you this right now. The American people are going through a change in the type of government that they wish to have. This is not going to go away. This is not going to be something it ain't going to settle nothing until we sit down and talk to each other. It ain't going to be something until fucking Popo stop shooting people. It ain't going to be settling until people stop throwing rocks through buildings, looting and burning shit up. It ain't going to stop. It's only going to get worse. So here's my message. Hunker down. Because it's going to get worse before it gets better. And then you can actually take a look at yourself and say, which side was I on? It doesn't matter who's right, wrong, or different. What it matters right now is what are you willing to stand for? Because the times for being wishy-washy, being on the middle of the fence or whatever, that's coming on, man. If you were an individual like myself who thinks out shit, I traveled to Afghanistan, Iraq, Turkey, Philippines, Philippines, Japan, Thailand, I've been everywhere. I've seen every kind of goddamn, even in the States, Seattle, Port Irwin, California, Bakersfield, Fort Drum. I've been everywhere and I've seen all kinds of shit. If you don't believe me, it's like, okay, it's fine. It's a cute video. Okay, great. But I'm telling you, I've witnessed this and seen these kind of governments. What's getting ready to happen to us? And for that reason only, do I make videos like this. Because I want to have a current record where I can go back. My grandkids can look at this. My family can look at this and say, you know what? Damn, some bitch was right. Or some bitch was a crazy son of a bitch. Either way, this is documenting history. Please be a part of it. Please press the subscribe button. Please comment. Tell me you hate me. Tell me I can't bust a damn grape. I'm all talk and no do. I ain't talked about shit I'm going to do. I just told you I'm going to hunker down, take care of my family, whatever. If you want to find out if I can bust a grape or not, come across my property line. They're all more. I got 4 German Shepherds. I got shit. I learned to thank Maji. That's, I digress. The political system in America right now is under attack. And we have a decision to make on November the 3rd. It does not matter who we choose. It does not matter who wins. Because on November the 4th, I will declare this. We are going to war. Who are we going to war with? Who knows? But we're going to war with each other. That's a goddamn shame. If you have any comments to say that, you know what, hey, I disagree with you, son of a bitch, I bet, don't hold back, man. I can tell you. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we go in this election, because it's going to be a historical event.